we're putting out everything that we do and stuff, and that's meant to be sport and likeable and in fashion, then in about a decade, when we die out, and I say die out, some people live on and stuff, but when this last generation dies off, it's about the other generation that's going to follow, innit? And this is what people don't understand. It's not really for today, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You see our kids, when they get to like 18, 20, like in the next 10 years or something, the way it's going to be is just going to be
crazy.
Be a total difference, you know what I mean?
Difference.
So everything that's happening now isn't for today. You get my point? The plan isn't to execute for today. Although things are messing up, it isn't for today, you know what I mean?
True.
All of these adverts, all of these men with their short jeans, shorts and all of that, all of these things are for the later generation, which we should all feel sorry for, you know what I mean? Really, because we're setting example. We're meant to be setting examples for
the younger generation.
So yeah, that's the state of the way things are at the moment, you know what I mean?
I mean, that's interesting. But see, we kind of went on, you know, about like even the famous people and that. But I even wonder about all the regular people who be on these social networking sites, not even famous, man. They ain't never been on TV, but they still like it's like.
So this is
not no aspirations. They don't work.
You see how you said
go to school or go to work. And just,
you see how you. This is the point. I try to make sometimes in a nice way, yeah, because you can't really say things today without people trying to say you're a party stopper, whatever, you're played out, this, that, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, yeah, Instagram, to me, this is just my version of what Instagram is to me. I'm not saying Instagram can't help somebody make money or promote what they can do. So I'm not here putting down Instagram or saying people shouldn't be on Instagram. I'm just saying there's two ways it goes. There's good on Instagram, and then there's just total stupidness. You get my point? So there's good on Instagram, and then there's total stupidness.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna do good on Instagram, where you're promoting your livelihood, where you're promoting your whatever you do in your life, continue doing it, because that's how you make your bread and butter, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna tell you to stop doing anything.
Do your thing, that's your own risk.
Then to just put up stupid comments at the bottom. You get my point? But the mad thing with that one is that people like those ones the most, the stupid things that are on Instagram. So
because it makes people laugh, and
you know what I mean,
and gives them jokes.
So it's entertainment for whoever it be entertainment for. But my point is, there's a bigger picture. There's a bigger controversy going on, bigger than Instagram, bigger than all of these networks, you know what I mean? So it's a distraction to keep us away from connecting with one another as we should be, not just black with black, not just white with white, not just Caucasians with Caucasians, Asians with you know what I mean? I mean, in the time that we're living in this world right now, if anyone that's wise, yeah, you understand what I'm saying. So again, I'm not putting down anyone that isn't really tuned in with the spiritual warfare that's going on, but you need to be. But this is for those that are tuned in, yeah. there's serious things going on, and it's going on in the dark and in the quiet. It's spiritual. You're not going to see these things, you see what I'm saying? So we're not here really wrestling against one another as my brother, or as you, as to say, if I was fighting you physically, I'm fighting my brother. This war that I'm participating, and people that are of the knowledge to know the same thing, know that the levels of the war is heightened. You get my point? There's a lot of stupidness going on
in the world, isn't it?
There's the children of today. I don't even really want to talk about the things that are happening, because we all know what's happening. But what we need to do is kind of go back in it to the basics, like parenting. I've always said that I think in our community, the black community, I wouldn't say it's quite simple, because if it was quite simple, people would understand the common logic to what I'm about to say.
Word.
But basically, a lot of the things that are happening on the streets and on the roads today is all happening on the basis of child neglection. You know what I mean? I'm not just gonna blame all the parents, because some parents are trying and really striving with their kids, and some kids always take the piss and go the extra yard. But most kids are being neglected in respect to getting shown love. Like we know it's really about love and stuff like that, innit? So because we are neglecting our kids, social media and a lot of funny people and the whole world will have their arms open for them. You get my point? No doubt, because you're not there. There's always something that's going to be there for your child to get into without you even knowing. You get my point? So it's like, on that basis, we could go round and round and round and round the world so much times to talk about this being connected to that being connected to this, you know what I mean? But without getting into all of that and taking out books to prove facts and stuff like that, it's just quite simple. Just trying to do the basic things and the easy things that you could do within yourself, innit? So, for example, if you're a parent that, male and female, if you're a parent that likes to spend your weekends out, raving, going, or doing whatever you're doing, where you just like to do your thing on the weekend, the little things that we could do is just cut those things out, take a little L on your habit, and just put your child first, and just ask your child, do you know what do you want to do today? You know what I mean? Or just change up the whole dynamics, because this war that we're embarking on, you can't really fight it head on, and you can't really fight it without the powers being bestowed to you for you to go on to fight it. You can't fight it by yourself, innit? So you have to know about the powers that are about you for you to call on, if you know where you're meant to get them from and stuff. That's the only way to kind of help. But the basic things that we could do in closing, really, to help our society, all races, form, it doesn't really matter about race, is to start from home. There's things we could do. Look in the mirror, you know what I mean? Like, our kids are a reflection of what we are or what we were, you know what I mean? So what we need to do is take time to check out for them and to be in their lives, you know what I mean? Like,
make them like you or a better you. Even if that.
You see what I'm saying? Make them be able to see that at the end of the day, life is gonna be hard, but I have a supportive parent that I could turn to when shit's going wrong for me. You get my point? It's about being there for somebody, you know what I mean? And this world don't really teach being there for somebody. You see what I'm saying?
Everyone's for their own, innit?
Everyone to their own.
Looking after for themselves or some shit like that.
They don't teach you about your past, for instance.
And the sad thing is, well, sorry to go on, yeah, is that you see this phone thing, this phone that I have in my hand.
Go on, what's up?
You see, for the youths and for the young people, because they're in their phone all the time, and it's just the law of nature to them. They wake up, they're on the phone, in school on the phone. Yeah. They're losing little skills like communicating and socializing and having cussing matches,
the interconnectivity,
and just being rude on a bus.
Word.
Everyone's just on the bus with their crews on their phone watching Instagram, this and that. No one's really talking. So if you're not talking, you're gonna have problems later on in life, expressing yourself and being able to be confident to talk, which is gonna make things harder for a child growing up. So